Alright, Erased. An absolute banger of an anime. From the animation to the beautiful storytelling and symbolism, all the way down to the hidden meaning behind his ability. It grabs you right by the balls and seems to squeeze out every sense of happiness you thought you once had, makes you want to go hug your mom and forget about all the stupid shit that's happening in your life. I'm Flo, I'm going to give you my take on it, and strap in. Spoiler alert! Alright, quick overview. Erased is a story about Satoru Fujinama, a 29-year-old manga artist that draws trash I'd probably love with the gross ability to go back in time and save what seems to be catastrophic. Or is it? After his mother is killed, he is sent back in the past 18 years to solve a string of murder abductions that he blocked out of his memory. Yet he believes he could have prevented them. He finally does and gets hunted down by the murderer himself, which is so blatant it's actually trash, but I'll let it slide. So let's get started. The animation is gorgeous even for today's standard. The wolf scene to anything with Kaio in it, and don't even get me started on the snow. Actually, let's start right there. Snow in Erased seems to set the tone for the entire story. Snow symbolizes innocence and purity as well as death and mortality, which in my opinion is the reason this scene is so gorgeous and stands out. Snow shows not only Kaio's innocence, but her mortality and death all in one. She is pretty much only shown in scenes with Snow, adding to this motif. Now this sad little girl is a beast. She tanks her mother's beatings and continues to, in her words, fake it. Strongest little 11-year-old I've ever seen, and shit, it makes me want to go into this anime and give her mom a little taste of her own medicine, if you know what I mean. Now, another stunning part of this animation is the lighting. It's truly gorgeous and makes me want to cry a little bit editing this together, like damn, how is this never talked about? The lighting sets not only the mood of the scene, but who and what the focus of the scene should be. If you also didn't notice, this piece of work here is always shown in darkness, showing his true side, and then he does a little lean down and shows his, his facade. Beautiful. So first off, the foreshadowing in the show is really docked, but I don't think that's the point. It's pretty obvious. From the third episode, you get hints of the murderer being Gaku, and side note, who the hell is a serial child murderer? Fuck this guy. Now, this shit continues with the candy in the car, the look on this man's face, and the OP, which I never watched because y'all know spoilers. Now, Gaku's a pretty refreshing villain to me. He has a simple backstory that shows his twisted ideals and views of the world as a whole. He's a psychopath with the so-called ability to see the person he should kill with a string, yet this is not the point of him. It's not a mystery or a witty Death Note-esque show, it's about the emotional feeling you have about him, and how it's so evident he is the villain. His urges change with Satoru, and he stops killing because he has a new enemy. His sense of the world is so twisted that he must follow his string, which leads to the end of the series where he has a string atop his head, and that string breaks. Kaio, on the other hand, is the definition of innocence and creates a facade for others to hide the abuse she has felt. She's blunt and becomes the beginning of Satoru's major character development. Grab the bull by the horns. Now on to Satoru. He's a complex character, yet very simple at the same time, and a major gripe for many fans of the show. He starts off almost hating his revival and seeing it as an inconvenience. Yet he learns that it isn't just to save people from catastrophe, but I'll get back to that. Satoru is a weak man in the first episode, without any friends or people that matter to him because of it. Now he's a simple character, and I get the hate for him at times, but it's the meaning behind him that matters. That life will pass you by if you don't grab the bull. People will pass you by if you don't grab the bull. And regret will stay with you if you don't grab the bull. I, for one, had to realize this and hear this, and it's one of the reasons I'm starting this channel. Don't let life pass you by. This is the whole point of Yuki as a character, to have courage even when there is none. Satoru didn't, and he paid for it in the present. But in going back to the past, he effectively erased his childhood. He cares so much about the people around him and never stops trying to fix fate, which at times should be left alone. This is why the show is so good. It's the sacrifice. His mother's for him, his for his friends, and others in life that make it worth living in the first place. I know you can think of someone who's sacrificed a hell of a lot to make your life better, and without them, you would be lost. Satoru realized that this is his mom in the very first episode. Erased isn't always just fun to watch. The themes are what make it great. The butterfly, which symbolized revival, wasn't an omen that something bad was going to happen, but that Satoru had an opportunity to change something. Which leads to the beautiful ending, where Satoru had an opportunity to meet Airi and change his and their destiny for the better. The message is of hope even when there is none, and aggressively shows that friendship is not given freely. You need to dig deep and take that first step if you're feeling lonely and disconnected from the world. Regret is something cowards that don't do so have, which is every one of us at times. Every day, the words cross my mind. If I had done this back then, but they don't take the sincere form of regret. The words are just an excuse that come to my mind, then disappear. Satoru Kujinama. Thank you so much for watching my videos. The first one. Stay tuned for more. Boom, boom. I'm out. Floats out. Float away. Float. Float. Alright, that outro is gonna need a little work, but that's alright. I hope you enjoyed.